That's how you clap in sign language. So at the end, we can all do that. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm really delighted to be asked to speak here today. I am an alumni of Springboard. I did the course a few years ago at my government department, Foreign and Commonwealth Office, and I benefited greatly. I was a woman in a very male working environment, very competitive, and it reinforced many things I needed to remember, gave me new ideas. I wanted to start by saying I joined in, obviously, in the group this morning and telling you what I wrote in our group. Obviously, I'm the keynote speaker, but it was a good way to remember, why am I here? I said I want to inspire all of you. I want to give you ideas you can actually take away and use. I want you to use those ideas, to be able to use them, to develop yourself. But I want you to use them to develop others. And I absolutely love the idea of you doing that. It's a particularly interesting time standing here. The middle of 2012. Everything's in a state of flux, isn't it? You've already discussed the recession. We've got cuts, job losses, uncertainties abound. The Foresight Society, a UK charity devoted to supporting women, is showing at the moment, actually also through a court case, how women in the UK are being disproportionately affected by the current recession. Why? Because more women work in the public sector. The cuts in the public sector are greater, deeper. So the job you do now is actually even more important, especially if you think about the fact that resources are being squeezed. And it could mean fewer women are in jobs, so they get access to courses like yours, or fewer employers are organising those courses. Your courses, the work you do, doesn't only help individuals learn about themselves, but it also encourages women to share with each other, to create networks. You know very well that 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. Every time you're empowering one woman, she could be empowering 16 more. What a fantastic thought. And you are promoting their greater emotional intelligence and awareness also in the organisations they work in. So you're really multiplying the impact in your input. On the international scene, this must be one of the most significant years and centuries. The political upheavals and movements have huge significance, particularly for women and for the roles they can play and they will play in the future. And I know from very brief conversations so far that some of you have already been tackling this work and actually leading some of this work. Incredibly exciting. I feel privileged, therefore, to stand before you today and talk. I will try to inspire. The title of the conference, Seizing the Present, it captures an important point about being in this time of change. We, as individuals, can make our choices. We choose the responses to every single event. We define our reality. Every single small choice will help create our future. We do create the future. We can't determine it fully, of course. I feel it's choices in the past that have propelled me into new arenas. The future looks very, very interesting. I feel I've gone beyond what I or others would have expected. I didn't allow deafness or the other events to define me. I defined me. These experiences, the events, E plus R, events plus response, seem to have led to a flow of opportunities. Maybe another O, I said E plus R equals outcome, but it could also be opportunities, maybe. So a friend pushed me to start coaching a few years ago on top of my day job. And I'm developing that further now. I had the opportunity to start doing some academic research. It's a brand new area about the impact of coaching on people with disabilities. I looked beyond the Foreign Office, and again, friends said, have you seen that job at RNID? Close to perfect, sideways move. An opportunity to learn new things about finance, financial targets, planning, social enterprise, in a wonderful warm bath of a daft, friendly environment with all colleagues signing. I've received 3 requests in 3 months to be a trustee. And the last one was quite recent, to be the trustee for a major deaf and disabled arts festival. So it's really an honour. This is giving valuable chance to get high-level governance experience, which unfortunately the Foreign Office decision denied me. And I'm actually getting more because it's in 3 environments, 3 different organisations, so I get more. I win. I've resigned from 2 jobs during a double-deck recession. But I'm glad to say that nobody said, what a stupid thing to do. It's altered very dramatically and positively the relationship I have with time and money, and actually in a good way, the relationship I have with my husband, which was always good, because I found the most caring person. But it's about balancing how you organise your life, money and time. And I want to mention, as I started this process, various ideal people, I call them fairy godmothers, fairy godfathers started appearing from nowhere. A very senior coaching guru who was ready to be generous with her time. A deaf senior lawyer who could understand not only the technicalities of my legal case, but the human side. Where did he come from? There's not many of them. A disability guru who mentored me into my new life. I think it's worth you thinking, have you got any fairy godmothers and godfathers out there you may not be aware of? How could they help you? The coaching guru gave me a wonderful quote. I was grappling with isolation at the Foreign Office, and she said, Jane, think about this. This is the quote. If your curve is large, why bend it to a smaller circle? If your curve is large, why bend it to a smaller circle? And I thought, drat, I can't go back now. I knew exactly what she meant. Don't hold yourself in, don't deprive others of who you are. These opportunities intrigued me. Were they there already and I was ignoring them? I'd been close to them. Or did I help create them? What do you do? Are the opportunities there and you don't see them? Do you make them? Once I'd taken the key decisions inside for myself, thinking about the present carefully, everything seemed to click into place. I observed in myself the positive changes that this was right. When I told my team my last job I was leaving, I think I must have made a positive impact because they all cried. And so, some sort of impact. And I remember it was tears of relief. On my last day, one of the people I line managed sent me a quote in an email. Before we do our final discussion, I'll just read it. It was from Mark Twain, and it's on the handout. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things you did. So throw off your bowlines, sail away from the safe harbour, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. As I said at the start, remember this is a story of a normal girl, a normal person. I received an engraved silver bookmark from my lovely team in my last job. It says, Jane, enjoy the journey. It's a heart. It's beautiful. They're right. It is a new journey ahead. I can create it. Choose the route. And audiologist said to me years ago, after she learned that I was a full-time lecturer in English as a foreign language, "You're a full-time lecturer in English as a foreign language. With your hearing loss," she had the graph, the audiogram. "Well, if you can do that, with your level of hearing, you can do anything." Yes, I can. And so can you. Thank you very much.